Hello and welcome to Rating the Piklopedia. I'm your host, Snoozy, and I'm setting out to rank the very best entries in the Piklopedia of Pikmin 4, the very best video game ever made. Every creature in this game is given details such as their scientific name, a behavioral analysis, and even instructions on how to cook and eat them. I'll be reading through each and every entry and deciding which ones are the most interesting and funny. I am not rating the creatures themselves, and please keep in mind that this series might have profanity and or spoilers for the Pikmin games. Today, we're on episode 3, and we have reached the most iconic enemy in the Pikmin series. You know him, you love him. It's Oculus Kageyami Rusis, everybody, the Bulborb. There he is. I'm not going to have a lot of opportunities to show off a physical manifestation of the creatures in this game, so I gotta use them when I get the chance. Look at him. He's cute, he's fierce, he's dumb as rocks, and he eats his own kids. Bulborb! Let's get started with the Piklopedia reading. Let's move you up a little bit there into the corner. Let's bring in Dalmo. All right, what's he got to say? It has wide, googly eyes on protruding stalks. You bet it does. A mouth meant to swallow prey in one large gulp, and powerful red and white polka dotted hindquarters. It's fierce, and yet it's somehow quite endearing. Be wary of getting lured in by its disarming mien. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes Dalmo just kind of throws empty praise at these creatures, but I think this is pretty on point. It's accurately descriptive and it's also complimentary in a way that feels earned. The Bulborb does kind of balance that frightening yet cute sort of range that Pikmin really likes to play in. And he got a little fancy on it. Good job, Delmo. I'm going to be harsh on you a lot in this series, and you did good here. Next up, Captain Olimar. This large organism has the familiar mandibles and cranial morphology of the grub dog family, as well as the characteristic bulging eyes. As with most grub dogs, the creature's cranium comprises half of its total length and girth. Showing a scarlet abdomen with white spots, this creature is primarily nocturnal, choosing to prey upon smaller creatures returning to their nests. Originally classified as the spotty bulborb, further research has reclassified the species as the basic bulborb. Subspecies of various colors have recently been discovered, but academics are divided into two rival camps on how to handle their classification. See, you're getting a peek into kind of the academic world behind the Pikmin games. We know from Pikmin 4 that Captain Olimar is able to broadcast out, and that people have learned about this planet through him and his sort of information that he's gathered on PNF 404, the planet that the games take place on. So I like the idea that there are scientists out there while I'm fighting for my life and, trying not to starve or die or whatever on this hostile alien planet. Somewhere out there, a bunch of nerds are fighting over whether or not this is the Bulborb or the Spotty Bulborb. I like that detail. I like it. And finally, Captain Louis, plump specimens are best spit roasted whole, stuffed with a lime and slab of bacon, basted frequently to ensure a magnificently moist haunch. All right. Any plump specimens in the house, shout yourselves out in the comments. Love you. I'm a plump specimen myself. Happy to be one. And I just love magnificently moist haunch. Moist haunch, that's a band name. And we're going to get a lot of band names in this series. Moist haunch is a great one. The word haunch is great. Plump specimens are best spit roasted whole, stuffed with a lime. Get 'em, and a slab of bacon. And that sounds good. Okay, hold on. That sounds flavorful. A little bit of lime in there. Slab of bacon. What's it bacon of? Is it bacon of a pig? I don't know if I care. I think I'd eat it. I'm not okay. I'm not gonna lie. I think I would eat it. This was a good one. This was a good one. And it's the Bulborb. Because of, okay, but here's the thing, because it's the Bulborb, there's such high expectations. What can you really teach us about the Bulborb? And they really didn't teach us anything. They talked a little bit about, the classification of it. They talked a little bit about its great haunch and its powerful polka dotted hindquarters. There's really nothing revelatory here. And while haunch is great, and while Dalmo's description was great, it only gets you so far. I think this is going to go in the middle for us on our rankings. Let's pull up our list. Let's see where we're at. Excuse me, Louis. Let's see. We have the albino dwarf Bulborb in first with 8.5, 7.4 for the dwarf Bulborb. What am I going to do? Oh, gosh. Oh. 8.4. 8.4. Real close. I think those are very even. Is this going to drive me crazy? Am I going to have 50 8.5s and 4s by the end of this? Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Well, that's our video. Thank you for watching.